Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Trading with the Family. It's Anthony. Hey, we're in Tuesday, coming up on the end of the month of June, and just wanted to come back on. I know we were charting yesterday. If you saw the video from yesterday, we were talking about Nvidia dropping and looking at that big sell on the daily. But my, how a day can change things. Um, I'm going to go to my charts in just a second, but if you haven't done so, if this is your first time here, go ahead and like and subscribe, share with somebody, let them know that we're doing live charting for the next 10 minutes or so, 20 minutes or so. We're going to look through some charts. We're going to be talking about Nvidia, Amazon, Microsoft, and maybe we'll hit on a couple of other tickers. But please go ahead and let's check that out and share with your friends and family and let them know that we are live. When you come in, let us know where you're joining us from, and please give us a thumbs up. Let's show some love so the algorithm can send some more people our way. All right. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about what happened yesterday and what we saw this morning and what was going on. And before I do that, I want to share this with just a couple of people and let them know that we are live. So give me just a second. I'm going to go ahead and put my chart up so you can see the chart. And we're going to be talking about Nvidia here on this daily chart. We're going to be talking about what happened. And we can see that a lot of that drop has been regained. There is still a gap above. So we're not sure if Nvidia is going to run and fill that gap and then to the downside or fill that gap and go. But what we got yesterday was sort of a gap and go. So we will see after the trading ends tonight and then into tomorrow. So I'm sharing this with a few people. And we're going to go ahead and rock and roll. Okay, so if you followed what happened yesterday, you're looking at what happened today. Let's take a look at this on the daily, and let's see if we can make some sense of. Let's see if we can make some sense of this. So if we're looking at Nvidia, and as you guys are coming in, let me know where you're coming in from. I know we have people watching from around the country. And we just want to try and help everybody make some money long term, make some money short term, and take care of their families and their daily avocations. But let's look at this and see what we can discern. So if you look at Nvidia on the daily chart, and if you see I'm using the cheat code charting software, it gives you a lot of advantages because I can look, and I think, let me double click. So if I go here and we look, and I talked about this yesterday, Nvidia got a buy all the way back on the daily chart, 26 April 2024. It's been in a buy on the daily all the way up until Thursday, June 2024. So this thing has been on a run. And what you have to remember is there are a lot of people that got in that trade on these larger time frames. Larger time frames bring larger profits. When you're trading on the smaller time frames, you can get big profits, but you got to have a big account. You got to buy a lot of contracts if you're doing options. If you're trading shares and you're doing it on the larger time frames, look, you could have wrote this thing all the way up from basically the 26th of April all the way up April, May. We're at the end of June, 3 months. The whole second quarter, you could have just rode Nvidia up. And if we look, guys, in the after hours, we're in the after hours. We got a gap and go on today. So I had a couple of puts. I sold those right when the market opened because, once I could see volume coming in and things moving to the upside, there's no reason to hold a put. You always want to trade with the direction of the momentum. If there's volume coming in to the upside, you want to trade up. You want to trade with the market in the direction that it's going so that you can see success in your portfolio. So if we look at this, Yesterday, we got a lot of downside. And let me see if I can go to the 9 hour and show you, because in the 9 hour, well, I'll go to the 2 hour first in the extended hours. So right here, if we're looking in the extended hours, this is after hours today. This is regular trading hours. This was this morning. And then this was after hours yesterday trading, yesterday pre-market. So if you look on the 2 hour, you can see that this bad boy, they dropped it. It wicked. It dropped all day. So literally, if you were in puts on yesterday in Nvidia, and not just yesterday, all the way, so you had your opportunity for the downside. So you can't get upset. You know, you had your opportunity for the downside, and we didn't know if it was going to continue down, because when we look on the larger time frames, this is what I was saying. Let me not get scatterbrained, but on the 3-day chart, look, the 3-day chart on cheat code has Nvidia down here. TP1 is 84. 84. So that's if buyers don't step in. That's if nobody comes and buys up millions of dollars worth of shares, billions of dollars worth of shares. And there's a gap right here at 102 all the way down to 94. So that's kind of what we were looking at, our thesis for being in those puts overnight. But like I said, you don't want to go in heavy on the puts. You want to build your position as you go along. So I'll start out with 2, sometimes 1. If it keeps going in my direction, at 4, at 5, you know, at 10, however many you want to build it to you know, get the income for your trading plan. But when we look at this, we're still in a sell on the 3-day. So we don't want to forget that. You know, this could be a dead cat bounce, or it could be the news. You know, a lot of times you have to learn to trade the news. Nvidia is now selling their chips in the Middle East. So that came out today. That was breaking news. So this could be a dead cat bounce, but we never want to try and catch a falling knife. So we want to look at this and we want to trade. Listen, one day I caught it going down. Today I caught it going up. Trade with the chart, not your heart. You know, don't hope that it's going to go a certain way, because listen, hope will get you smoked. Hope will get you smoked. Listen, somebody can put that in the chat. Listen, if you're trading, hope will get you smoked. You can't be hoping that the chart is going to go a certain way. You can't be hoping that the stock is going to do a certain thing. You've got to look at the chart and see what the chart is doing and what the chart is saying. And that's the way you want to trade. That's the way you want to trade. You want to trade with the chart, not your heart. So let's look at this. Not going to be long, and then we're going to look at a couple of other tickers. So if we go to the extended hours, which we're already on, it's already up another $1.58, 1.25% in the after hours. Today, we in Nvidia, we got 7% to the upside. So this was a good day in the market for Nvidia and the tech stocks. Huge rally. So let's look at this. So this morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, when the pre-market opened up, if you're looking at Nvidia, you see this large candle, yellow candle. That's a caution candle. You see that candle on the open, and so you definitely want to be cautious, just like the candle says. But at the same time, when you get 3 candles in one direction, you could pretty much trade that direction all day long. Once you get that change in direction, you get some momentum that comes in. You can go with that direction and not really be afraid. And this is in the pre-market. So in the pre-market, a lot of times, a lot of big moves are made in the pre-market. There's a lot of sometimes some dark pool stuff is going on in the pre-market. But if you look at this candle, it opened up. We had a bottom right here around 115. And so we got that gap fill. It was a gap and go from yesterday. And so as Nvidia opens up, boom, it gaps down 115 and boom, shoots up to 120, and the rest is history. In the pre-market, we got our pre-market high was 122.13, and from there 122.40 looks like it wicked out up there. It wicked down just as the market was opening, and boom, we shot up to 125. We bull flagged, and it's still going all the way into the after hours. So this was a good day to be in Nvidia. I was trying to get in one of my portfolios and I couldn't get in, but I got in the other one. I'm in the August 16th 200, plan that out to earnings. That's not financial advice. That's not saying for you to jump into 200 or do exactly what I'm doing, but just for transparency, that's the one that I'm in. I'm looking at that because if you go out to the monthly on Nvidia, let's take a quick look with earnings coming. Let's look at the monthly chart. The TPs are actually on the bottom, but the way Nvidia moves, I think it maybe hasn't corrected from yesterday from that downside, or we might be truly coming down. Like I say, it could be a dead cat bounce, but let me go to the 3-month. Here we go. So if we're looking at the 3-month, we're already into TP3. And if we look at TP4, take profit, that's what the TPs mean. It puts us at 159.87, almost at 160. So from where we are today, that's a nice move up in Nvidia. And I think that was what one of the new price targets was changed to, was right around that 160, 200 level. So be aware of that. That's kind of all I got for Nvidia. We want to make sure it's not a dead cat bounce. I don't think it is. I think that we're going to see some upside on there over the next few weeks. But listen, if it changes during the day, listen, trade with the chart. If the chart changes, because like I said, on the 3-day, we're still sitting in a sell. On the, let me look at the 10-day. 10-day looks bullish. We got a indicator pointing down. We wicked down, and then now we're back up here as of today. So if you look at that, we're still sitting in a buy on the 10-day, still sitting in a strong buy. So, and we're above the 200. Like I said yesterday, anytime we're above the 200, you want to trade it up. You want to trade it up. Okay, and then yesterday, I think briefly we talked about Microsoft. I'm not sure if we talked about Microsoft, but Microsoft is another play that I'm in. I'm trading that one to the 500, up to the 500 level. If you look at the 10-day, I trade on these larger time frames so I can do swings. So if you look at the 10-day, instead of just trading on the daily, you can look out in the future and say, man, where's this thing going? And that's why you would want to do that. On the 10-day, it has it 519.92. That's a $50, over $60 move. And so, yeah, somebody's going by with their loud car. That's a big move. And so if you can afford it, the best way to make money instead of scalping is to set your large positions. If you have the ability to do so, set your positions and do large swings, and then have your stop loss set at a reasonable point to where if it doesn't go your way, listen, we ain't taking no contracts at zero. Options can kill you if you don't do it right. Or you can get the shares. With the shares, listen, these are amazing companies. If there's a pullback and I've got 30, 40 shares of Microsoft, you think I'm gonna be upset? No, I can hold that forever. And so that's why you want to have good companies. Even if you're not doing the options, if you're doing Amazon, let's look over to Amazon. I was telling you about Amazon yesterday. If you're trading Amazon, and Amazon is getting ready to go off, y'all. If you're trading, these are companies that are getting ready to make big moves, but in the options world, we don't know when the move will happen. So you could do a swing trade, but what you want to make sure that you're doing is setting your stop loss at a comfortable level and then not over trading your portfolio. You don't ever want to go all in on anything. That's just totally absurd. Trade with a comfortable 10 to 15% or even 5% starting out. And if you're just starting out and you don't know how to do options, I would say go to your account and paper trade, paper trade for like the next 6, 7 months. Learn how the tickers move. Learn, SPX, the SPY, all of those different tickers. Get you 3 to 4 good tickers that you know, and just trade those. Don't trade the entire market. One of my favorite tickers to trade, and I'll be done tonight because we talked about Amazon yesterday, so you can still see that and still understand what's going on with it from the video yesterday. But I'm also bullish on oil. Let me show you this, and we are done. Um, I made a lot of money earlier this year on oil, and we just came off of that 109 level. um, we bounced there. We were in the descending triangle, which is bullish. Here, you see it coming down, or descending wedge, excuse me. And it came down, 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 straight to the 200. Look at this on the 3-day. It literally came straight off. It hit the 200 right here. We got the indicator, lets us know we're going up. Bam, this is where you get in one candle close. Now, if we look at that on the daily, because this is I think the 3-day. Let me show you that on the daily. Here it is. So it's wicking down, and then you get one candle close above the 200. We're going down, 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 down. You get a indicator saying, hey, we've dropped enough. It's time to go up. Let's make this money on the upside now. Boom, this candle closed. This is where you get in. And we're in and off to the races on oil over the summer, because it always goes up over the summer. I've rode it up and took it up to like 120, 123 just a few weeks ago. Yeah, right here, 123. Got out right there, and it came back down. I didn't take the downside, which I should have, but now taking it back up to the upside again. So you can make money in either direction. All right. Well, listen, that's it for today. If you have any questions for me, put it in the chat. Remember, like and subscribe. Nvidia, keep your eye on it. Microsoft, Amazon, oil, keep your eye on it. XOM. You want to take care of your portfolio. Be very wise with your investing. Dollar cost average in if you're establishing a position. And I will see you online tomorrow. Take care.